We're live here in Kerrville, Texas, with our ongoing coverage of the deadly flash flood disaster. More than 100 people have been killed, at least 27 of them campers and counselors at that summer camp. Located on the banks of the Guadalupe River, Camp Mystic has been hosting campers for more than almost 100 years, I should say, and has seen severe flooding, but never to this extent. Joining us now here is Claudia Sullivan. She is a former camper and counselor at Camp Mystic, and she's written multiple books on the importance and significance of the camp here in the Texas Hill Country. She's also currently lives just outside of Kerrville. Claudia, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for
I am
having me.
sorry for everything you were going through and that Camp Mystic community is going through, and I can't imagine what those parents are going through tonight. How is the community doing?
I think we're pulling together, and there's been so many resources, so many people from out of town, out of state that have come in to help. That lifts us up because the camping business in this county is the heart and soul of Kerrville.
What was so special about Camp Mystic?
Well, I can speak to numerous camps here in this area, all 18 of them. The pristine beauty of nature and the ability to be in a place where you can express yourself and have fun and have a sisterhood or a brotherhood. It's just a wonderful way to spend the summer. It's a wonderful place to, as a young person, to find out who you really are.
In many ways, the remoteness of it, right? The sort of disconnecting of it is why parents would send their kids there, right? To kind of get back with nature and get back with each other, get rid of the distractions. But there's this sort of really horrific irony to all that, right? Because that may have hurt in the rescue process. How would you describe the camp experience for people that aren't familiar with it?
Well, I think many people have had a camping experience, whether it was an overnight camp, a Boy Scout camp, a Christian camp, an athletic camp. But the camps here, because they are what we call sleepaway camps, they're overnight, 4, 5, 6 weeks long. You have a period of time to be able to learn some skills, some fun, how to canoe, how to shoot a gun, how to shoot a bow and arrow, how to swim. But you also have a chance to, as I said, really investigate who you are outside of your family, outside of your school. And so these little girls and little boys too, they have a way to express their own identity at an early age.
Was the camp safe?
I think so, yes. The 100-year flood was the 32 flood, and that seemed to have set the standard. And most of the camps up there were building buildings in the 30s, and they had no problem. And from what I've seen, the water came to places it's never been before. I was there in 1978. It was a similar experience. The flood came in the night. We got word to move, and we moved 20 campers like every 30 minutes to higher ground. We were never afraid. We always knew we had higher ground. We always knew we had safety. And I think this time there was no safety. I
mean, not only was the camp lost, the director, Dick Eastland, you knew this man.
Immeasurable loss, yeah.
What does it mean? And that he died trying to save others sort of speaks to how horrific this had to be.
Yeah. Well, and I think I heard his grandson say on television today that if Grandpa had not died of natural causes, this would be the way he would have wanted to go. And Jane Ragsdale. Jane Ragsdale was in my cabin when she was 10 years old, so I've known Jane Ragsdale from Heart of the Hills all those years. Yeah. And here are two camp counselors. They went to camp as young people. They grew up in it and became directors. Their heart and soul was in it. They loved it. And I'm not surprised at all that they tried to save people.
This, no doubt, will forever change sort of the camping culture, I would think, here in the Hill Country. People are going to take a tough look at the camps and making sure they're safe for something like this, the unpredictable. Right. Will it ever be the same? Or should it change? I mean, is this a sign that it needs to change?
Yeah, it's hard for me to say. I'm sure that some rebuilding will be looked at, and moving it back or moving it up. Yeah. That has to happen. Now, you know, talk of early warning systems and talk of better cell service. I'm not an engineer. It sounds like all those things would help, but they will rebuild. It may not be rebuilt in the same way. Hopefully there will be changes that protect us in the future. Climate change, bigger storms, more storms that are unpredictable. Yeah.
And do you think Camp Mystic, so many parents, I mean, I can't imagine, they're just beside themselves, you know. Will the camp help them out with therapy, with anything?
Yes.
I mean, they can never bring their child back, but I mean, this is just terrible.
And I think they already are. I've seen countless sites on social media where ex-campers, ex-counselors in Houston, Austin, wherever, they're setting up group sessions for therapy. They're having prayer services. They're trying to get people together if they want to come in at some point and help clean. So yeah, there's a massive effort to do that. It'll be a long time and it'll be hard, but I think we're resilient. There was that wonderful video that it was of some campers from Mystic. They got off the Black Hawk helicopter, they got into a bus, and they were being taken to Ingram Elementary. And there was no counselor, no adult on the bus. They were sitting there calm, and they improvisationally broke into singing camp songs. And, you know, I think camp teaches them that resilience.
Claudia Sullivan, we thank you for chatting with us. I know this is a tough time for you and your community, but we thank you for being out here.
Thank you for having me.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.